Alright, we are live. Turn this music down, it's a bit loud. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It's been a minute. Before we get started, let's do our daily routine. Read our Proverbs for the day, 20th of July today. So, Proverbs 20, for prayer, and then let's get into it. Wine is a mocker and beer a brawler. Whoever is led astray by them is not wise. King's wrath strikes terror like the roar of a lion. To anger him fall for their lives. It's one's honor to avoid strife, but every fool is quick to quarrel. Sluggards do not plow in season, so at harvest time they look but find nothing. Purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. Many claim to have unfailing love, but a faithful person who can find. Righteously blames lives, blessed are their children after them. The king sits on his throne to judge, he winnows out all evil with his eyes. You can say, I have kept my heart pure, I'm clean without sin. Differing weights and differing measures, the Lord detests them both. Even small children are known by their actions, so is their conduct really pure and upright. Ears that hear and eyes that see, the Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep or you will grow poor. Stay awake and you have food to spare. It's no good, says the buyer, and goes off and boasts about the purchase. Gold there is and rubies in abundance, but lips that speak knowledge are a rare jewel. Take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger, hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider. Food gained by fraud tastes sweet, but one ends up with a mouth full of gravel. Plans are established by seeking advice, so if you wage war, obtain guidance. A gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid anyone who talks too much. Someone curses their father or mother, their lamp will be snuffed out in pitch dark. An inheritance claimed too soon will not be blessed at the end. Do not say, I'll pay you back for this wrong. Wait for the Lord and he will avenge you. The Lord detests differing weights, and dishonest scales do not please him. A person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way? It is a trap to dedicate something rashly, only later to consider one's vows. The wise king winnows out the wicked, he drives the threshing wheel over them. The human spirit is the lamp of the Lord that sheds light on one's inmost being. Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through love his throne is made secure. The glory of young men is their strength, grey hair, the splendor of the old. Blows and wounds scrub away evil, beatings purge most being. Alright, Heavenly Father, thank you for a new week, new day, for a profitable week, for disciplined trading. And, pray for a good session. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Alright, y'all. The trade routine done. Favorite verse today is honestly probably the first one. I've been a lot better than it was before, but I just realized alcohol really has no benefit at all. It's straight up just poisoning yourself. And typically for me, because I've got an addictive personality, it tends to lead to decisions that are not good at all. And so it's just cool to see this, that, whoever's led astray by them is not wise. It's not wise to be giving into alcohol and desires like that. But what a week. What a week last week for MNQ. Crazy sell-off. It looked like we were going to get back to all-time highs, I think, on Wednesday. One of these days, what was it? Yeah, Wednesday we tried to pop back up above these highs. ES looked a lot more clear. ES were closer to the all-time highs, which is crazy because ES was looking a lot weaker previous weeks, and then it looked like all-time highs. Now MAQ is definitely looking like the weaker asset. We got last month's low on Friday, so because it's Monday, I'm expecting a bit of a TIM. Usually TGIF Fridays and Mondays is where I see a lot of that popping up. You just see my docs here. I can't see my chat. Okay. So I'm going to set up my volume profiles in the next 4 minutes before we have open. Again, looking for longs. I'm expecting what I would like to see is a move to the downside. Gonna fake people out to think that we're gonna go right off the rip lower. We should hover for a little bit and then expecting a big amount of buying orders. Let me just do these levels real quick. Like this. Hold up. There we go. Value area low. Could spill down, tap off the value area low, and then bounce back up. I don't really want to predict anything, to be honest, anymore. Like, I just have my idea, but if that idea isn't playing out, I've just got to adjust to what the market's actually showing me. That's Friday's levels right here. I love doing it before the market opens because it's far less confusing. Add this, and now we'll do our weekly levels. But again, fixed volume profile, find the open from last week, Sunday, right up until the last day. Now we got our weekly levels that we're able to put on. I just chuck this on a lock because obviously this isn't going to change for the entire week. And then I'll do the weekly levels for ES2 if we got time here. As I like to trade the two assets now, whichever's like weaker on the day, it's typically what I will go for an evening session. So these are the levels for M&Q. We'll do ES now, should have enough time. So, hope you guys had a good weekend. Just had some rest. Make things look easy. Weekly levels. Day. Got all our levels ready for our main two assets. Oil is going to be very interesting as well. I think oil will continue to pump. This. Back on. And so basically where we're at for our top step accounts, we've got 4 accounts right now. We've got 2 very close to passing. This is $500 away. This is $600 away. This is 1-5 winning day. Then we had a losing day. And brought this one back after a losing day. So I'm probably going to start with this account just in terms of overall direction. What I'm learning is just trying to trade one account at a time. Just for mental capital reasons, I probably am going to sync these two, so the closest amounts. Just need to put my limits on this one. Change this. This looks interesting. Daily profit target. Just double checking because I think on one of these days I probably would have gone a little bit over my amounts. I'm just going to go 600 for this. Market should be open right now or very soon, and we'll trade with this one as well. So 913 and 015 copy trade here. And then we'll leave the other two. I'm actually going to lock myself out of these accounts because I'm noticing that I get a bit too crazy. Especially in the morning, man. Like, I just want to make it happen. So I'm going to lock ourselves out later for this one, and then probably until later in the day on this account to lock myself out until 6 p.m., which equates to 4 a.m. New York time, which is London open. So we're going to have these 2 accounts that we're running with this morning session, so I can't go on tilt. Try and protect myself. And as I said, yeah, expecting a push up. I personally think yeah, this is going to be at least previous day value area high, right? Probably look to get out around here, but looking at the 29079. Just because it's Monday, typically we're going to move away from the overall direction of the week. You can jump straight in here. It's going to be our target for the first account anyway. I think we're looking at about 600. So if we can hit sort of these highs up through here, we should be good. Nice gap up off the open. Just going to check. Okay, so we got heaps of room. We could really just run for the whole 1.5 here if we wanted to. Previous day is at 960. Yeah, so pretty much right here. Been a little bit too early here. I should have just started with the 1 micro. That's on me. That's okay. Very small ones here. We'll try again. Yeah. Upset this low. I can actually risk 2 micros for 150 minimum. Crazy push down. Okay. All of that's been eaten up. Crazy push. We did see a lot of buyers step back in just here. If we can invert this, we're gonna go straight in with a bit more risk. Stuff's gonna come up this low now. Just need to invert here. I didn't realize there was actually this much volume today. Wow. Okay. I need to chill out a bit. I'm gonna unlink these now. Plan was if we get to sort of half the daily loss, then we're just gonna unlink. I'm gonna keep this one because we're still only $1,000 away. I just need to chill out and go on this account. I'm okay if we hit max loss here. Still got a few days to run with it. And again, I think I'm marrying my bias too much a bit there, you know. Like I want it to push higher and I'm looking for every reason for it to go higher, but like the market might not be telling me that. Looks like for now we've got a massive sell up to the downside, so just gonna wait a little bit here. Go back to our 1 micro. We saved a lot of that. Just sticking to 1 micro, but that's okay. Waiting for this closure here. Definitely looking bearish. After we close below that opening gap move, it's looking likely we might continue lower. But again, as I was saying, like I was expecting a little bit of a move to the downside of fake people had to go short, and then we bounce back up. We're respecting this little gap for now. Sellers are aggressive, man. Let me just check the news here as well. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like we're going to break lower here. So, okay. Continue the order flow here. There's $150. Yeah, there's a crazy amount of volume here today, actually. So, just stick with the 1 micro. Obviously, double it once we see what we need to see. Next target now, rather than looking for the long. So, potentially could see a bounce back off here, like previous day value area low at that sort of 660 mark. and then we could push up a little bit higher, push up into previous week value area low, just because it's Monday, right? Unless it's going to be a trend day. So we're either going to bounce and then push up, or if there's a lot of orders spilling in here and we close past previous day value area low, I think we're going to look for last week's low and then just continue this downward trend. Just depends how aggressive sellers want to be here. And 15 is not looking too great. Okay, so most volume we've seen is on this candle here. They wouldn't want us to push past this high. We get a closure below this low on an M3. Do our doubling method. That's probably what I should have done to start with. So doubling method it has been starting with one micro and then doubling. See price action that sort of fits in with your narrative. So in this case, so here, closure. So if we respect VWAP, yeah. Add in if you want to. Doubling method, now we got 2 micros, add 2, oh. Get a closure. Oh, get a closure below here. I've got some equal highs and VWAPs. Lots of sellers. Could be a trend day today. If it is a trend day, like we could pretty much just leave this. Expecting. Oh, yesterday was. Failing. Yeah. Back up. See the hold and see. It's how working on getting much bigger that risk has always been at bucks. Good. 660, I've just got to keep alive. Break these lows, we can add. I should seem to break even just as we're struggling to break here. Could see a bounce back trying to take out these highs again. Just want to see a flood straight through here. Sellers pick up and blast this. Yeah. Break even. It's pretty tight here. I'll just see. Really, we shouldn't be going past this high. But not a bad spot to get out here, but at least recoup some of its loss. I think I'm just gonna trade one account at a time. I'm tempted to just jump in short on this account too, but let's just chill out a little bit. I need to go so gung ho with it. I can go for another double here as well, just using the same strategy. But let's just not go too crazy with the risk here. I just need to watch this volume, because if we start seeing buyers picking back up, not ideal. I keep risk at 150. And if we're pushing here, we're more than likely going to take this high anyway, right? So, see if we see a nice rejection though, like I'll drop into the lower time frames here now. We can see some volume still picking up on the sell side, then we can still double. Still okay to do that. Alright. Okay, very glad we didn't take the trade on the other account. Ah, man. And if we had kept our original M2, no, stopped it. Okay. Interesting stuff for today, man. This could be it. Take out these lows that are resting here, then we have the buyers actually push us higher. Until we see a like clear direction, I'm just gonna sit on my hands here. Should have kept stops just at that break-even point. All good, all good. Taking out these highs now though. So it might have just been a push for this. If we can take this high out again, I think our original plan of, because moving higher makes sense, right? It's Monday too. So we'll just see what we do at Endog here, whether we until us. But I'd like to see us push past all of this. At least to here, maybe take out the highs. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll be back on side here too. I'll take it on this account that's closest to passing. So we need about 1.5. Waiting for a little bit more confirmation before we jump in here. We got this fair value gap resting in here. Just need to see where NDOC is. The top of it is at 769. So we should see sellers getting in here as we're at the value area high of the day. If we push past this, that gives me inclination that we are going to go higher. And again, just doubling method once again. See here, strong volume here for buyers now. I think our original plan is on side here. We go back to our doubling method. Plan this. Let's see. 960. That one. Right. Little bounce back here. If we can get to an entry again, or if we take the high, whichever comes first. Taking the high. We're looking for about 1,000 here. We don't need to extend our risk too much, so we can literally just double this one more time, and then we're good. We're targeting that previous day value area high. At the top of the opening gap right now, the fact that we got the rating, all of pretty much just took out these drugs. Wait, original idea was we literally called it from the start that we would expect a bit of a downward move, fake people out, myself included, downside. Frustrating part of the liquidity. I'm gonna wait to see if we can doubling, and that should be it for us here. Oh, push. I'm actually happy with the management of things today, because typically I'd either like copy trade all of these accounts, get on tilt that we're down like 500-600 bucks, and then the accounts just hit max loss for the day. So at least locking these ones out for later, good start. Sinking these, unsinking at 500, so we didn't take the extra loss on this account, good. Probably in hindsight, I should have just started with this account, not copy trading to this one that was so close. Get the overall like understanding and direction account that we don't like really mind about, and then from that have the. But I like it just sizing down. Like I think that would be 10 at the moment, especially these live streams. And typically, like I think I've gotten lucky with just like using really big size the market will just go in my direction for a little bit, hit TP, done for the day. But when it doesn't go your way, like that's, and especially if you're just on a losing streak. I think the last 2 weeks I've just have not had good momentum in the market at all. I just haven't been able to pull the right directions and holding on to biases and whatnot. So yeah, that really hurts. You're doing that. But let's see here. Should definitely adjust my. Keep our entry still down here. Honestly, with just the way that we've been pumping, let's see if we react. Yeah. Whether we. Okay, to reaction. Is why I love the lower time frames here. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, we're gonna add two here. I don't like the entry just because it pulls everything up so high here, but I keep the risk about the same. Down close candle, last down close candle on a smaller time frame. VWAP resting just above us here. Ideally, we hover for a little bit. VWAP pushes up. We might still go back to our original spot, but just based on that volume, based on that wick. But I ideally like to see this protected here. Let's see. Maybe our sort of 600 target. Okay. Nice bounce back off here. Contemplating going break even here. Reason being, if we do want to spill down and come into this pocket, then we can look to re-enter. Just don't obviously want to go in drawdown again. So learned that from last trade. We'll just put our stops right here. It is very tight, I know. Again, if you want to push down towards VWAP here, give ourselves the opportunity. Using just the volume on this candle as our protection here, I really wouldn't want to see that rated, but it probably would make sense for market makers to at least take this and then go higher. Let me just see here what it's good. 188 at this low here. There's the tap here. I reckon. M3. Just trying to make sure we're not in like an obvious spot for the higher time frames. Oh man. Oh dear. That's not looking too good at all, actually. Oh, guys, we might have cooked this. We might have cooked this, I'm not gonna lie. Ah, dang, dude. Should have just taken the break even, eh? Oh, man. Yeah, again, so two mistakes there. Going in just based off that reaction of the M30, like just adding in our two there. Real bad spot to add in. There's our limit order that we would have been hit. So our entry would have been right about probably here, pushed up a little bit. So it's still being profit right now, not $180 in drawdown. And then the second mistake was recognizing, cool, okay, we got in at the wrong spot, but then just taking our stop here and then we can just look to re-enter back here with no risk, right? Okay, cool. Few things to note there. Decent reaction off here now though. Off VWAP. Just gotta hold, that's all. Nice to see us hold here. Wouldn't want us to go much lower than here. It is technically a market maker buy model here. Technically, as you're taking out lows here, pushed up, taking out previous high. Nice. Waiting to see if we actually push past above here. We take this high, we should be okay here. Yeah, target. We do. Again, I'm not adding in until we see that. So typically in the past, like when I see something like that again, I'll just add straight into my position. But until we break these highs, like we still could push lower. They're taking out the high is confirmation that we actually have enough buyers to push price higher. Percent retracement back in. This is actually like would have been perfect entry right here, but we saw that reaction. Just need buyers to be strong enough to push it. That's all. I don't like that there's a massive M5 gap here too, though. I'm not a fan of that. It could literally come all the way down here and then push up. So, yeah, risky position here. Tiny little gap here. This is like my last line in the sand. If we lose this, then we looked the capital C. Need for aggressive buyback around about here. Yeah, nice. Want to control here. Just don't want to be the first one, right? I want to see buyers actually stepping in here. Otherwise, we could just blast straight through, as we said before. I'd love this low to hold, man. Love buyers to keep this intact. Looking okay. At VWAP. Just need to see a nice push here above VWAP, decent closure. It's looking okay. Alright, we're in. We're going for max loss today if we do fail this and push back down. It was my stop before down here, right? We've got a tiny bit of that gap to fill, but I don't like that we pushed up and then rejected once again. Okay, if we can hold this, we're okay. Still holding a point of control here. There we go. There we go. Just need that to continue. A lot of orders coming out here and pull back here. Pretty much going to be at max loss if we do come back again here and reject. Makes sense though, 50% retracement of that initial move. Still market structure shift here, taking out this high. Even though we didn't get a closure above. Just because we've taken out a previous low before we've done that. Okay, nice. And this is the first target we'd have, but we could push right up into previous week VAL here. I think it would be too high for a Monday to get all the way up there, especially considering how bearish we are. So I'd like to just get to around here, maybe take out yesterday's high, assuming highs will. We got some time. Don't want to move stops like too quickly, but at the same time, I don't obviously want to give back a lot of where we're at, considering we're already in drawdown too, and with the max loss limit being, pretty annoying on these accounts. Do you have a gap in here? Just got to be mindful of that. Okay, we're at that gap now, so I'm just going to adjust risk. Just in case sellers want to step in here and flood this thing. Would suck to see, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. This tiny little pocket, man. Contemplating just taking TP here and just running with at least half of our target and then just looking for 300 bucks. Not a bad idea, to be honest. I still back the original bias. I think we called this to a T, spill down and then push back up. Just based on that, I think we should have the momentum to push, at least for these highs, right? This cluster. Shaved off, so we're down at about $300 if we come back down to our entry here. Hoping this will be protected. There's the amount of volume in this candle too. Don't want to choke the trade, but just want to adjust risk as we're moving. Yeah, just trying to find where break even is for us. It's a very tight stop here, man. And point of control is resting right there, so point of control just shifted. Oh no, that's crazy. Because I was expecting with this white line's point of control, so where the most orders have been, should see support there. But as soon as it shifts down, price is gonna attack this to get its fill. Like that's fair value for where most people want to do transaction. So I don't know. Had it stayed there, we should have been okay to adjust because we should just bounce back straight there and keep pushing. But now we might dig this, and if we get enough sellers coming in, we might blast through all of it. Alright, because point of control shifted back here. Just gonna wait for the closure. Second. We can close bullish up here. Stops at this. Gonna take us a little bit above break even, and we'll take that honestly. I'm probably gonna call it from there. I don't want to overtrade, and I'm noticing a pattern of myself doing that too. So just trying to force stuff, trying to force targets. We've got all day really, and we don't have too much of a target to hit. Even 1.5 isn't too crazy. So, yeah. Really bad. Stop me. Okay, nice bounce. Taking it to left. We can get back up to the highs then. I don't even know. But we'll be about sort of break even. Patient, man. There we go. And highs take. Could just be. Oh, this. Do we see the highs? 30-second. Hopefully we just see like a crazy big volume push right now. So orders just come flying in. Just smash it upside. Love to see it. Can't tell, it's still pretty early here in Australia. Actually not. 8:30, man. It's not that early. Five just closed. At those highs now, so plus. Okay, so $50 in drawdown if we get stopped out here, which would suck. I mean, I would love to keep stops here, but it's better than being at $300 a drawdown, or potentially if this just wants to flood to the downside. Just always got to imagine worst case scenario, rather than constantly imagining the best case scenario. The worst case is we just absolutely flood. If that's the case, then taking 388 is actually a really good result from that. So that's just the way my mindset's got to be. Just keep adjusting here. Okay, so risk-free now. Should just blast straight through from here, but in case we want to just like wick this and then come back down, we'll protect ourselves. Watching that downside as much as possible. Any day now, NQ, any day. So pretty much, I think our TP is at, yeah, highs. So take through here. Okay. very slow movement in Asia today. Yeah. Just don't want to give up as we're so close to TP now. Yeah, happy with this trade. The only thing that I'll change is obviously adjusting our entry. I think we would have hit TP right now if we had just taken the initial loss, we break even, and got back in roundabout here. So definitely lessons to learn. Sometimes you gotta lose to win, right? We go backwards to go forwards. So I need to change my mindset a bit on that. Would suck if we get round tripped here, but I mean, I just got to remember we are currently almost half of the loss limit for the day. This is a huge win. Even if this gets hit, that's still a big win to be up bucks or whatever, almost 100 bucks. I feel like every trader knows this, man. When it's so close to your TP, like the market just plays deliberately toys just as you're about to approach it. MNQ definitely stronger than ES today, so nice. So that little auto field coming through there, that's it. Sick. Beautiful. So there's one account passed for today. Pick it out. A bit frustrating. I think I'm gonna probably call it here. I'll just double check this on my top step. I don't. Check. I think we're more than likely going to keep climbing to at least this level as we've flagged before, but let's see. 0 1. Okay, cool. $40 extra. Yeah, beauty. Okay, perfect. Oh, sick. Okay, just got updated straight away. Nice. So cool. We should have that funded account coming in soon. Thank God, man. It's been 2 weeks probably. Getting so close, man. At 52,000 something again for like 5 accounts. Just 2 days of max estimate gone. I think what this is teaching me is like really just take it slow with the size for having the max loss limit accounts if you're running them. So the scaling method works really well because like you're only really adding in once you're seeing what you need to see. I think from a low risk perspective as well. I think making that change, it's good, honestly. Like I think if I had the 2K drawdown, we would have passed a lot more challenges, but I think the risk management, taking this sort of strategy and style has been pretty good as well. So can't complain. Can't complain. So we do have, okay, I didn't even notice this. We've got a tiny little hourly FVG in here. A little tip for your fair value gaps now as well. I used to like just use the wicks, so I typically would have like just done something like this in the past. But I just think you'll get a much accurate and better picture because typically like price won't just tap off this. Very rarely it can like tap off here and then just run straight down. Usually you're gonna fill up this in here and then the body is gonna close below here. So having it actually at the full extremes, I think ICT talks about this as well. Just gives you a better perspective of where price could actually go. Because having just that tight little thing, I'll have stops like just outside that box. You see here now, like this whole region can be pushed up into before we push to the downside. So there's not really much to do for now, guys. I'm just gonna put an alert here. For me to come back to the charts later. I'll take that $600 down on one account, 600 up on the other. But just the benefit and why you should never really, I'm not an advocate of copy trading all your accounts now. The reason why you have so many accounts is so you have so many opportunities and you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Just spreading your risk is the best way to handle it, I reckon. Like people that use TradeSync and TradeCopy and do like 30 accounts at once. I used to do that, but like there's just no way now, especially when you're on tilt, because then just everything goes. Unless you've obviously got max loss limits and whatnot in place, but I'm gonna take that as a big win. That's a big W for today. Past one account. This one's down. We'll keep working on this. If we do get to this zone, this is my key zone. So until we get there, we're kind of in no man's land right now. Like if we were to take a long, we only really have that much or up to here to go. Could spill past, maybe, but low probability considering we're in a bearish trend. And then if we go short from here, it's not the best spot because we've got better spots to go short from, even here or previous day value area low. So this would be my point of interest. If we get to here, I'd love to take shorts low up, but it would be a smaller trend day. Also, I've been reading, audio listening to Larry Williams' book. I'm gonna try to find it. Should know the name. Long-term Secrets to Short-Term Trading by Larry Williams. Not sure if you guys can see. But great book. And basically he talks about just like ranges. Morning, darling. The ones a week. So if you're seeing like, and you'll notice the pattern here, right? So if you have a massive range day, you'll notice the next few days afterwards are going to be nowhere near in terms of volume. Because the market's just got to digest what has happened. And inversely, if you see like a pretty small range day, usually the next day is huge. So like you can see it even in this example, before we had that massive move, the range day this day wasn't big. And so we can use that. So I think today we're probably going to have a smaller range day, and then tomorrow or Wednesday, fill up and then melt back down. So yeah, done for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.